Good evening. We're going to start tonight with a minute's silence for these two young people that died horrendously this last week. So, good evening, one and all, and welcome to All In. We started this evening with a minute's silence to respect Charlie Kirk and Iryna Zarutsky, who were tragically killed this last week in horrendous circumstances, both of them. Both unnecessary, and regardless of politics or your particular persuasion, I think it's only a mark of humanity to not be a nasty person. And yet I have seen so much on Twitter, Shalini.
I know it's actually been disgusting. But one thing I've noticed these last 2 days, obviously they're American accounts, so there is people who are like contacting various people's employers, I think not only through social media but also offline as well, just to say, is this the sort of behavior you expect from your? It seems to be a combination of teachers, some healthcare, any kind of healthcare workers, social workers, people who are working with, vulnerable people in society, from veterans to disabled people, elderly, that kind of thing. Because it's just absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it was quite off-putting at times, to be honest. And we'll get into even more of it in a minute. The reaction is disturbing, Shanti. And good evening to the chat room. We have chat room going in both chats.
Good evening.
So we've got Robin and Darren in the vertical chat. Welcome. And in the horizontal chat, we've got Ray, Beats and Tapes, Vaughn. Hello, Vaughn. We've seen Vaughn already this evening. Dreadeye and Julie. Mark Andrew Chapman. Hi, Mark. Good to see you back. Shanti, as I said. Chris, thank you. Frankie, 75. Yep. Good to see you, Frankie. Who else we got? Who have I missed? Have I missed anyone? No? Beats and Tapes, Espresso Mechanic TV. They get you both, yeah? The regulars are in the house. And someone was asking last night about, and I don't think they're in yet, but if they were asking last night about Discord, so I've put the link to Discord, which I've reinvigorated. Well, I haven't reinvigorated. Oh, it was Emma. There she goes. I missed Emma. I haven't reinvigorated. I've just opened it. After a long time. I think the last one. Oh, good evening from Cork. There you go.
Another Irish person in the house. Hello, yeah. Cork. Dear Gwitch.
Oh no, we're gonna have strange languages.
That's about as much as I remember.
Right. Don't skip off to the side. Get back. You're losing in the vertical. Come back to your right. A wee bit more. Come on. Jesus Christ. What have you done? How do you do it? Right, that's better. You can't keep her still, can you? Right. Jigsy's workshop is English, but living in Cork. Hey, mate. We won't hold that against you. We won't hold that. Well, maybe the Cork people will, but I won't. I won't hold that against you. You're perfectly entitled to live any way you like. Not according to some people, mind you. But hey, right, let's get into it, as they say. So, let's cover the Iryna. Let's cover her first. That was just horrendous. Just freaking. I mean,
awful.
okay, the girl left Ukraine. Under what circumstances? I don't know. I don't care. She's sitting on a train in Chicago, I think it was. And
no, Charlotte in is it Charlotte, North Carolina? Was it North Carolina?
Charlotte. Sorry, it was Charlotte in North Carolina. She's sitting on a light railway or something. A bit like the Docklands thing, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And you know, just horrible. Just absolutely horrible, you know? So I just couldn't take it. It was just too much, you know? Because it was there all the time. And then the rest of the world started happening, and we'll go into that because the world's just falling apart. Someone tweeted on Twitter earlier that some Canadian about, you know, what's all this to distract us from? You don't need anything to distract you from anything. There's just so much going on everywhere, isn't there? I don't think there's any distractions needed. Right, so yeah, poor Iryna. And then, of course, 2 days ago, Charlie Kirk at a speaking venue at the University of Utah in Provo was shot and subsequently died from his wound, which was shocking, absolutely shocking. And Jesus Christ, it's like
his family was there. That's what I only found that out like yesterday. His family was there, the wife and the kids and I think the mum and dad, because I think it was the start of his new tour. They were there, for God's sake.
And here's the other thing: Zelensky wouldn't let Irma's father leave Ukraine.
I know, I heard that.
For her funeral because he was still subject to getting called up and was frightened he wouldn't come back.
What an absolute cant.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, I can't stand Zelensky anyway, but that's just disgusting.
That is disgusting. Right, so yeah, these are some of the more the less wild things that have been said, because I'm not going to show. There's plenty of people on Twitter calling these people to account, and that's good. So this guy, Ibby, says, reminder, George Floyd was also a father, and not a single one of you gave a rat's ass about his children. To be fair, neither did he, replies Insane Cope.
And also he was a scumbag criminal on the same lines as that other evil cretin that killed per Iryna. So no, I don't give two shakes of a lamb tail about bloody George Floyd and his kids.
And Fiona Wild, Councillor Fiona Wild from somewhere in, where was it? Bruntisfield or something? But anyway, I don't condone violence, but I do think he made himself a target and brought this upon himself. So good riddance to a not very nice man.
I think she resigned.
Well, I think she should, after saying something like that.
But so many things, like so many different people have like said this, that, and the other, and then I think the council got a load of complaints, and I think she had to resign.
Yeah, Ray says something in the chat that he wasn't sympathetic to Palestinians murdered daily in the same way. It doesn't matter, Ray, does it?
No.
Does it matter to you?
No.
Does that mean that it's okay to do to him what Israel is doing to them?
Two wrongs don't make a right.
I don't see that. I don't see that as mitigation in any sense of the word or in any form. I really don't find it. Yeah, I'm surprised that you would even bring that up, Ray. To be fair, I don't think that's good at all. Left-wing MEPs in the European Parliament refused to observe a minute's silence for Charlie Kirk. You don't have to like a person to observe some decorum. That's true. And, you know, what's his name? When President Trump was told of the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who, let's be honest, was one of his most voracious critics, he merely said that she had a wonderful life and she was a wonderful woman. Well, that's not true, Ray. And I'm sorry to call you out here, but he's not getting all the sympathy. Gaza's had plenty of sympathy, and it's still getting plenty of sympathy. So don't give me that, please. Please don't. That's not true at all. You know, if anything, Gaza's getting more than its fair share, considering how it operates and how Hamas operates within there. Because let's face it, Hamas is only a tiny percentage of the population, and if the population really wanted to get things under control, they could do it. They could take them out. So that's not fair at all. I think there's a lot going wrong in Gaza, but it's not all everybody's fault, if you know what I mean.
Oh, and then this. And the thing is, like, as I was saying to Vaughan, Keir Starmer probably doesn't even flipping know who Charlie Kirk is, for God's sake. Somebody probably said, oh, hang on, Trump's coming to town next week. You better do a tweet about Charlie Kirk. And he probably be like, who the hell's Charlie Kirk?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then look at what he said, for God's sake. Does he think we're stupid?
That last line is...
Just frig off.
It's freaking unbelievable. We will all be free to... we must all be free to debate openly and freely without fear. There can be no justification for political violence. Good grief, man. And obviously, Scott Cheggs, who has a bit of a wit, says, does having the police arrest people for posting their opinions online count as political violence? Well, possibly it does, you know. I think he's completely... Starmer just doesn't have a grip of what's going on in the world. Or his team don't, because this isn't how it should be. Yeah, and Mark Andrew Chapman says, how dare you? I'd have respected him if he'd said nothing. Now, I want to go back to this briefly, right? As Frankie's brought this up about who did the shooting, and you know, the culprit has been identified apparently by his own family, turned in and was is in custody, right? Yep. So there have been lots of people on saying, you know, it was a professional hit. You know, 200 yards with a rifle at that range, that's a professional hit. That's not a professional hit, mate. No, it's not, because that was a lucky shot. They actually hit the guy. No doubt, and I maybe shouldn't say this, but if you're a sniper, you're not aiming at their head if you can see their whole body. Because head's tiny target and it's always moving. Yeah? I mean, look at Shalini's head. Does it ever stay still? No.
No.
So you don't aim at the head, you aim at the centre of mass, because that's going to give you the biggest margin of error. It was exactly, Vaughan, it was way too sloppy to be a pro hit. That wasn't a pro hit.
Sorry, John. I actually found, because you know the way people post from TikTok onto X. So I found a video today on X. I tried to find it afterwards so I could like send it out to people and just say, look, this guy has actually got experience. So he was with, I can't remember if he was with the Marines or he was with anybody, you know, with like somebody in the military, but quite, you know, big and, you know, to do with sniping and that kind of stuff. And he said, you know, he had given advice, he's retired now, but he gives advice, you know, to police enforcement and that kind of thing. And he literally went through why it wasn't a professional hit.
Yeah, exactly. And Ray, you aim high as the round drops. Exactly. So you don't be aiming at their head. You're aiming at the centre of mass, because that's going to give you the biggest margin of error, whether it be left, right, up or down. Because you aim at the centre of mass and you've got the biggest target. You don't aim at tiny little targets when you've got a big one right in front of you. So there you go. But yeah, it just wasn't a pro hit. That's not how pros operate. Certainly not how snipers operate. And don't look to Hollywood, because what you see in Hollywood is Hollywood. It's a fiction. That's not how snipers operate. It's like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. You can't actually do what he did with that motorbike when they actually switched seats, remember?
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, that is all bullshit. Yeah. So, and you're right, Chris. The shooter did not take gravity fall into account because he was aiming at the head, which is the wrong target to start with. Exactly. Right. Moving on. TMZ.
Oh, for God's sake.
These guys, that was outrageous.
Ridiculous.
For them to be on air while they're cackling in the background about it. And they must have known they could be heard. That was so unprofessional. And then for them to come on and lie about it, about them watching a car chase. The car chase wasn't funny. There was nothing that would have provoked that amount of hilarity. These guys are just sick.
And anyway, somebody said there was no, whatever it was, they said wherever they said that car chase was, I can't remember where now, but somebody said there was no fucking car chase, so you're lying through your arse.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Effectively.
What about this guy? After the shooting, decides...
Oh, I know, and they kept nicking the bloody hats. I mean, like, what the fuck? What's wrong with these fucking people? Excuse my French.
Yeah, I know. Opportunism. I got one of Charlie's hats. And then, of course, the retard of retards has to weigh in, doesn't he?
This numpty. Oh, for goodness sake.
This guy is unbelievable. See, this is what pisses me off, though, because he's banging on about 80,000 people killed in Gaza. Nobody goes on about the 60,000 black Christians that have been killed by radical Muslims in Central Africa. Nobody bothers about them. They're still getting hacked to death. Or the
Alawites, I think you call them, or Christians, or anything like that in Syria. No, they don't exist apparently.
Yeah. I mean, Gaza's not the only place where things like that are happening. It's been happening in Indonesia. It's been happening in Gaza. It's been happening in Africa. It's been happening in Yemen. It's been, these things happen all over the place. So why does one particular place get, more traction than others? Right, it's Kaka's Corner. Here we go. Good grief.
Oh, God, what did she say now?
The Russian-Ukraine war will last for at least 2 more years, says Kaka.
Fuck off.
EU dimwit in chief. With diplomats like this in charge, what will the EU look like in 2 years? I think the EU will be lucky to exist in 2 years. Kaka made an impassioned speech to an empty house. Look at that. That was her up making a speech.
We're all down the pub.
Yeah, there's nobody there. There's I can see about 10 people if you're lucky, maybe 15. That's outrageous.
There's a lot of empty chairs.
Yeah. And I think that kind of tells you what people think about Kaka, to be fair, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, so fasting update. I finished. I brought my fast today. I'm not had any drink though, and I'm not going to have any drink tonight. I've lost 10 pounds over a 118-hour fast, which isn't bad. So I'm going to eat over the weekend, and then I'm going to... I might even do a little more fasting next week. We'll see. It's been good. It's been good. Right. 5 of them are asleep. Yeah, you're right, Mark. You're right. Here we go. More pics of our Gerbera drone that has landed in a chicken coop in a Polish farm. Pay attention on the tape around the front part of the drone. No doubt it was a false flag operation with a crashed Gerber drone brought from Ukraine to Poland for a photo session and spreading Russia-phobia. And of course, Big Don jumps on it, doesn't he? What is with Russia violating Poland's airspace with drones? Here we go! No, Don, calm down, put your jets on. Can you see how that drone is on top of that chicken coop?
And if it did fall on us, why is there no, do you know what I mean? It's not even fucking dishevelled, for fuck's sake.
How did it get through the trees to land like that? Because that's the front that's pointing out towards us. How did it land through the trees? It's impossible. This is another. Do you remember the missile in the Ukrainian kitchen?
Oh yeah.
When there was only a tiny hole that was well away from where the missile was? Yeah. Yeah, Frankie's right. Charlie's security was awful. And, there's not a lot to be said about that. It was awful. They should have had binoculars and should have been looking at roofs, especially after Trump's assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Skilled pilots, yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't
think everybody wants to see your foot.
What's he done?
He's stretching his leg. Sorry, folks.
Oh, good.
Vaughn's doing a stretches on the sofa.
Did he put his foot in the camera shot?
He did.
Oh, good grief. Oh, right, moving on.
Dear.
Russian drones over Poland on the same day as Ursula gave her State of the Union speech, where she will call for more war and more military spending. Interesting, convenient timing. Well, it kind of is, isn't it? I mean, some of the stuff they do is so obvious. She had to walk back the claim that her plane GPS had been attacked by Russia. And she'd had to circle for an hour. They had to walk that back and say, yeah, okay, it never happened. Weren't they actually Chinese? No chickens were hurt. I don't think any chickens were hurt, judging by the way they landed that nicely on top of the coop and didn't destroy it. Weren't they actually Chinese? What, the drones? They might be, I don't know. But anyway. And yeah, and those drones would have had to cross like 12,000 kilometres or 1,200 kilometres when they've got a 700 kilometre range. Yeah, so that's good. Right. Oh, here we go. Couple in this week. This week, energy giant Ineos said it was pulling out of the UK and investing $3 billion in the US instead. Tonight, pharma giant Merck scrapped its $1 billion facility in London, which it was already building, saying the UK is not competitive. There you go. Canada. Canada will be the only country in the world to reach net zero, the kicker, without an economy. So this guy, Mark Carney, who was the governor of the Bank of England, remember him? This guy, who's now the president or premier of Canada, is going to preside over the breakup of Canada because Alberta has just signed a 1 million barrel a day deal, I think, with Trump. So Alberta's probably going to leave Canada, or it's either going to go independent or it's going to be the 51st state. It really will.
Oh, that's interesting.
So Alberta, and if Alberta goes, Saskatchewan will follow it. And then you'll also get Manitoba and Interior BC. And that's all the production facilities in Canada. That's all there. Oil, mining, lumber, industry, all that will go. And Canada just won't be left because when the Premier of, I suppose it's the Premier of Alberta signed that deal with Trump, she didn't go through Ottawa. She just went straight to it. So, Wexit, yeah, they're going. They are going. The West is out of Canada. I think this time next year you'll see Canada in tatters. And this guy without a job. Spain is hitting everyone who withdraws over €3,000 without 24 hours notice with a 150k fine.
Aren't we doing... I know it's not 3,000, but in one of the streams earlier in the week, I can't remember what date it is or if it's already enacted. I think Julie might have said is if you take out over £200 in cash from, the old hole in the wall, it's going to be logged somewhere or something, unless I've got that wrong. It's like, for fuck's sake, fuck off.
It could well be. Who are you talking to when you say fuck off?
As in, like, the government.
All right, okay. Sorry. I thought Vaughn
No,
was
not you. No,
I thought it was Vaughn.
Not the troll room or yourself. Now, just leave us alone. If we want to take out more than £200, leave us alone. What's the big deal? It's just ridiculous.
Well, it's to keep you safe. It's to make sure that you're not spending the money on drugs or money laundering it. Turkish purples, anyone? Yeah, no, I mean, the whole thing's crazy. And this guy's right. Richard here says, make no mistake, if you need government permission to access your own money, it's not your money, is it?
No.
See, and this is where we're back to. The more times you need to ask for permission, the less free the country you're living in is.
Yep.
Could you
More
think about it? It's crazy. Control, you're right. HMS Queen Elizabeth is now in dry dock for the next 7 to 9 months in Rosyth.
Why?
That didn't last. Why? Because it's getting a refit.
Oh.
Nepal. No, I don't think we do have anything about Nepal. We covered Nepal last week, didn't we?
We did, but didn't they like?
Go on.
They burned down the Houses of Parliament, and they've been lynching like politicians and that. Like I saw a few things on X, like we're like chucking people in the.
I saw a naked guy running down a river being pursued.
Yeah,
in
the river and that. But yeah, they set their parliament on fire. So yeah, that's it. Nepal's had enough. Well,
yeah, and I saw them. They managed to break through the rear of a police cordon and then surrounded the police. The police just were, okay, let's see. This was going to be the big story last week, because this was the thumbnail for last week's All In about Nepal turning off the.
Oh yeah.
They turned off this. This is how it all happened. They turned off social media. They just cancelled social media completely. They turned it off, and then the population went nuts. So you obviously don't need social media to take down a government, because they did it without it.
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, Nepal's a mess, but of course Nepal's a kind of strange situation as well, because you get China and Nepal. Chinese are in there and all that as well. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that's our half of our aircraft carrier fleet is in dry dock. So that's not going to be handy if we're going to war soon.
No. Which we won't be, I hope.
Robin says Nepal is being bullied by Xi Jinping. Yeah, well, probably is. Yeah. Did you see this one?
No. Oh, hang on. Is this everybody's favourite goblin?
Yeah, this is the Green Goblin herself, Greta Thunberg. So her Palestine flotilla misfired a flare gun and set fire to their own boat again.
Whoops. Maybe read their instructions the next time, Greta.
You can see the video. You see the guy holding his arm up and firing the flame, and it hits the rigging. It comes straight back down on him, and he's next shouting, "Fire! Fire!" Oh my god, these guys are unbelievable, setting their own boat on fire.
Haven't they been arrested yet by the Israelis?
I think they turned back after the fire episode.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay. Yes, Reese. How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah, that's it.
How dare you indeed. Right, moving on. Peter Sweden says things that the British police have arrested people for. Calling someone a muppet. Yep, that's true. Although that calling someone a muppet was in 2022. Did you know that?
Oh, I thought that was just the other week.
No. This is what they do. And I don't think it does anyone any good when they start, picking up stuff that was done like 3 or 4 years ago and then presenting it as if it's just happened. No, that was 2022. That guy that got arrested for calling someone a muppet.
It's still stupid though.
And the charges were all dropped.
Oh, they were dropped.
Yeah, they were dropped, because even when they went back to the office, the custody sergeant said, "No, I'm not locking someone up for calling you a muppet, you muppet."
Top cop.
Although someone apparently called an inspector a muppet the other day, and I think the inspector lifted him, which I think is ridiculous. And it is true that someone did get lifted for saying he loved bacon.
Yeah, that was it was one of the I think it was one of the hotel protests a few weeks ago. Well, July or August or whatever.
I can't
But who
understand.
cares?
Who cares?
Like, who
I mean,
cares?
we do love bacon. I love bacon. What have we got? What have we got? We're all
What's next?
hypocrites. Question: is the EU collapsing due to getting kicked out of Africa? No, it's not that. The EU is collapsing because there are a number of different pressures upon it. And actually, if you want to see what's happening to the UK, all you need to do is look at what's happening to Britain, because it's happening in all the other EU countries as well. They just don't talk about it as much, except for maybe Germany, which is even further down the line. But yeah, so go back to my live streams over the last week and you'll see what's happening to Britain. And that's basically what's happening to the EU. But thank you for that question. Yeah. Oh, so We're All Hypocrites is from America and he's been following Nepal, France and Africa. Yeah. Yeah, I think, see, Africa's kicking out colonial powers that were really basically just robbing them, like France, who were taking all their yellow cake, yellow cake for uranium for nuclear power, because France has got 58 nuclear power stations. And you can see why when they had the exclusive use of Niger's, I think, or Niger, yeah, Niger's yellow cake and got it for a cracking price, but they've now started selling it themselves and kicked France out. So yeah, the UK is in trouble, isn't it, Shalini? It is in trouble.
Well,
yeah.
there was no growth in July. Well, we all know that the country's going down the sewer, for want of a better expression. But there was no growth in July. There was zero growth.
Why are the
Nil point.
Why are the slides not changing on the vertical? Hold on a minute. Sorry.
No, you're all
Carry
right.
on.
Yeah. So as I said, nil point, and there was no growth for July. So yeah, carry on, Rachel's thieves.
Why can't I see the slide? That's bizarre. I can't see the slides on the vertical. Aha! Here we are. Oh. Right. Talk about something, Shalini. Is there anything you want to talk about? What's the next slide? The next slide is... The next slide is... Oh, Starmer reviewing.
Sorry.
Right. Give me a second. We're all hypocrites to fix the slides here. Right. So this is Starmer talking about his... It
says on the missus side, no?
Yeah, because his missus is an Ashkenazi Jew, isn't she?
I thought this was this isn't news. Like, I thought this is something that everybody knew anyway.
Yeah, I know, but people are saying, people are just calling it out. And I think, to be fair, some people didn't realise that he is quite affiliated down that road. Yeah, that's better. We can say Mr. Starmer and his stuff now. Yeah, that's better. Right, sorry about that, vertical stream. The slides are coming up now. Right, okay, yeah, so he has family, or she has family living in Israel. This is a bit like Hamza, isn't it, with his wife being a Palestinian.
Common knowledge, we thought.
Do you remember his mum and dad were living in Palestine and get stuck there? Oh, Jesus Christ. And Hamza hasn't stopped talking about it since.
Every
mainly
opportunity
because
he's talking about bloody Palestine.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's meant to be a Scottish MP and has no interest in Scotland whatsoever. And neither did his wife, who's a councillor in Dundee. Every British Labour Prime Minister has been a member of the Fabian Society, Reese. Every single one. They don't hide it. It's not secret society. It's quite open. I mean, it's basically
don't forget
just
judges and MPs and even my lovely mayor Sadiq Khan. All of them, they're all in on it. And if it's not that, they're all member of all the various things. Like, I think Keir Starmer is still on the Trilateral Commission, and Sadiq Khan is still in C40 cities, which is all to do with the 15-minute cities and all that crap. They're all in these little bloody globalist little dodgy. And if it's not that, then obviously you've got police and lawyers and judges and all that. And I'm sure the dodgy handshakes are still around, aren't they?
Oh, what, the Masons?
Masons, yeah.
Yeah, they will be. Yeah.
So
Jacko says Humza's Twitter doesn't seem to mention his Glasgow. It doesn't. I mean, Humza just doesn't mention Glasgow at all. He's not interested in it.
And that's where he's an MP, yeah?
Yeah. He's an MP. Is it Pollock? It might be Pollock. Is it not Tommy Sheridan's old stamping ground? Pollock's a shithole as well.
Oh, is it?
I know, I worked there.
Oh.
It is. Lancashire County Council will not be removing our Union and St George's flags from lampposts. Yay! Way to go, Lancashire County Council. That's good.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got better things to be doing than taking down, the country's flags, for God's sake.
Much better things to be doing. And you know what? That's excellent, because I think this is West Boulevard in Birmingham flies flags to unite English, Scottish, Irish and Welsh communities. These views are unprecedented and Britain is uniting. I think that's nice. That looks brilliant, doesn't it? I don't see that as a bad thing.
Oh, it's good. It's very patriotic, because in America, obviously, as an example, like the only place I've been to in America, unfortunately, is Woke, New York, and I've no plans to go back to America any time near soon or anything. But I know that pretty much in most places, bar anywhere that's woke, they do. People have their flag on their house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and small
or
town
in their
America,
neighborhoods or whatever.
Small town America is brilliant. It's a brilliant place to be. It really is. Or it certainly was the last time I was in America, which is probably now about 2019, I think was the last time.
Okay, so before the coup.
Yeah, before the coup. I haven't been since. But I have a lot of time for America. I really like it, especially when you get out of the cities and into the smaller towns.
It's like anywhere. If you once you get, even like England, because like we went to the Cotswolds this summer, and the people were lovely. All the people we spoke to and everything, all really, really nice people. And and that's one thing actually I will say. So when you come out of London and you go into all the little villages and whatnot, you see obviously some people have their county flag or whatever it's called, but a lot of people you will see not the St George's flag, but you'll see the Union Jack, and that's really nice to see.
Yeah. James says Renfrew Council have started sending letters out to take flags off lampposts and council properties. That's shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Jobs words.
Yeah, Renfrew's a bit woke anyway. I think they're still flying a Ukrainian flag, aren't they? Out of order.
But never mind, Palestine flags or Ukraine flags are all okay, or the flags that go up in July are all okay, but not the country's flags. It's disgraceful.
Facto 0506 2019 was 2 years before we withdrew out of Afghanistan. That's right. Yeah, he was there in the last 2 years. Not quite as nice as small town America, I'd imagine. Right, moving on. The Banksy at the Bristol court. What did you think of that?
Well,
what do you think of Banksy? Why is it so small?
Apparently Banksy is a lefty, which I didn't really know about. And
yeah, he is.
Apparently it's not supposed to be, well, I think it's supposed to be more like it's a pro-Palestine type person or something like that. Yeah,
well, so Count Dankula says, I used to be an extremely huge fan of Banksy and followed his work for years. I even have a Banksy tattoo. He is a raging lefty, and I seriously doubt this is in support of right-wing migrant protesters. So I would maybe hold your horses before jumping on it. Having said that, the court, of course, did try and remove it and did a great job of making it a silhouette.
I know.
Which in some respects is even better because it takes away from any identification altogether. I have no time for Banksy whatsoever. I think the guy's a wank. Especially during the coup. Especially during the coup. And I don't think Banksy's actually a person. I think it's a group of people because they pop up all over the place.
Yeah. And if it's one person, he's not necessarily going to be, I don't know.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Next slide. UK faces millions in payouts to channel migrants over inhumane conditions at holding centre. This
For God's
rips
sake.
my freaking knitting. These guys are criminals. And let's not beat about the bush. We're dealing with facts here. They came into the country illegally. That makes them a criminal. Therefore, they
Detain
don't.
and deport.
They should be detained and they should be deported if they're not allowed to stay. They should not be allowed out in the general population until they have been assessed properly, because you don't know who they are and you don't know what they can do. And that's it. And this is our courts. This isn't the European Court of Human Rights, because the European Court of Human Rights covers all of Europe. And it doesn't give Denmark a hard time for sending people to Rwanda. It doesn't give France a hard time for keeping them in tents in the freezing cold in Calais, you know? Because Calais is not that warm in the winter. It's as cold as the south of England. So, yeah, this is out of order. Out of order. We are too fucking soft. And that's why they come here.
Well,
If we stopped being so soft, they would stop coming.
But also, if we just cut everything and said,
Yeah.
you're not going to get anything, so you may as well bugger off.
So Frankie says Banksy's part of the establishment. Yeah, I'd agree with that. James says vets need to go to the Taliban for compensation for all the IED injuries. Well, I wonder how that would go. Yeah, well, that wouldn't go well, would it, mate? So James is down in Renfrew in a nice union town. Where's that, Kilmarnock? Right, got a pop-up for that a couple of hours ago. That's quite interesting. I used to stay in there. In fact, I spent quite a lot of my life in there. Second half of my teenhood. Right, where was I next? Have you seen this? The iPhone Air. Look how thin it is.
Is this the? Hang on. Is this the Apple 17?
Yeah, this is the Apple 17.
Yeah, because the
Air.
ad, they keep playing that ad on. Well, actually, the ads on YouTube are ridiculous. But anyway, that's another story.
The ads on
but yeah.
YouTube are ridiculous. That's why there's no ads on this channel, because people like
ads,
Shalini used to drop me a little donation occasionally. The rimple.
Yeah, so the ad for obviously the Apple 17 keeps popping up, and it's like wafer thin. But I don't like Apple anyway, so
yeah,
you can shove it.
I actually don't mind Apple. I didn't like them for ages, but then I get fed up with Samsung crashing all the time, and I bought an Apple, and it just works. It just works. Zed on the vertical chat says it looks like it would break into sleep if you sit down on it and your back. Well, yeah. Do you remember Bendgate? Remember we had Bendgate with Apple phones before, didn't we? I think we're going to have it again with this, because I can't see how they're going to stop that bending.
Yeah, they're going to get crusheroo.
Yeah, I mean it's a joy to look at, but by the time you put it in a case, it's just going to look like any other phone.
Yep. Just another scam.
It is. Oh. Right, moving on. And we have
oh yeah.
mental lefty meltdown here as historic White Horse landmark English flag appears on Wiltshire Monument amid Operation Raise the Colours. And the thing is, they didn't paint it.
No, it was material, wasn't it, of some kind?
Yeah, it was like a ribbon. And
you just need to calm down, dear.
Yeah, calm down. Put your neck in. It looked fine. Oh, Drungen. He's from Drungen. Right, Met Supremo Sir Mark Rowley wants a law change so police can stop policing harmless tweets.
You don't have to police tweets. You don't need a new law. Just bloody do your job properly, for God's sake.
He wants to avoid getting pulled into culture war battles and focus on real world crime instead. Exactly, Shalini. He doesn't need a new law. He just needs to tell his men, don't bother doing it. Stop doing it.
Stop looking at bloody Twitter. Stop looking at X and everything. Just stop it.
But you know why he wants a new law, right? Because if he does this unilaterally without a law, what happens is when he puts his stats in at the end of the year, his clean-up sheet's going to look shit compared to if he'd just been lifting people for social media. So it's all about what's easier to get good stats. And the problem is, unless the government take that away, it's going to look bad in his stats, and that's why he wants a new law. It's nothing to do with the fact that he could actually just tell them to stop it.
Stop doing it.
And Ray's right. There's hundreds of laws that are outdated. Hundreds of laws that are outdated in the country that are completely ignored. For instance, did you know it is legal to shoot a Scotsman in York on a Sunday with a bow and arrow if he's wearing a kilt?
What? Is
Yeah.
that a joke?
No, apparently in York it is legal to take out a Scotsman who's wearing a kilt on a Sunday.
Well, there you go, folks. If you're in York. Anybody in York in the chat?
I wouldn't test it though, because
No, I'm not suggesting. I'm just asking. If anybody's in York, do they know of this obscure law?
That's
No,
some
I'm not,
really
geez.
mental law, Julie. That's true.
That's true.
That's true. Good grief.
We do have a lot more laws. Has anyone ever been affected by an outdated law? Robin says he hasn't. It's against the law not to practice archery on a Sunday too, says this person mechanic. There you go.
Oh, there you
That
go.
must be an English law.
Where's Robin Hood when you need him?
Exactly. And not all dresses are kilts. You got to remember that. Yep,
No
you've got to remember
kilts.
that. It's got to be a kilt, not a dress. Right, moving on. Sasha meets Russia. What was once the American dream is now the Russian dream for many foreigners. I think she might be starting to be right, because did you see Russia? Russia were putting out adverts telling people how they can come to Russia. I mean, and you know, when you look at it, it looks like a well-ordered place. It's clean. Everything seems to be nice. I don't know. I really don't know, but we just have to go there and spend some time in it before. Matthew Blackton said he just bought a bow and got lessons. There you go.
Ooh.
Bow and arrow.
We've got our own Robin Hoods in our midst.
Yeah. Bow and arrows. Bows are I think bows are quite quick, aren't they, to reload basically compared to a crossbow. Because a crossbow's maybe got more power and probably more accurate for the inexperienced. But I think a good archer could certainly outdo a crossbow. Archery on Sunday? Maybe we should start archery club on Sundays. Can you do archery on Zoom? That would be a cracker.
That would be.
Facto 0506 says bows are faster, and he backs it up with the receipts. He says, I say this as a Native American. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do you have a tomahawk though? Do you? Zed said Russia has created a vaccine to cancer, which is free. Apparently it has.
Oh, no thanks.
I haven't really done any research into it, so I can't really comment on it, but I did see the news item come up, but I didn't include it in the slides. Matthew says he's got some awesome bruises down your forearm, mate. Yeah, I bet you have. Been hitting it. You need one of those leather things, don't you? I fired a crossbow once on a range, and when we were in Hong Kong, because my mum won the sniping competition. When you're a military brat, you get to do all these fucking brilliant things, like, you know, drive Land Rovers on islands in the middle of Hong Kong. But yeah, they had a sniping competition. We had a fun day out, and they had a sniping competition, and she won it. She won it with the rifle. So it obviously runs in the family, because I'm quite a good shot. Right, where was I? Yeah, they probably are, Facto. You should maybe drop me some information if you've got stuff about that, and I'll do a video on it. That sounds quite interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be cool. Right, back into the slidey poos. We're getting great traction tonight from the chat room. Good guys, good guys.
Woohoo!
Could do with some money though, because remember, as I was saying, Shalini and people like that drop us the odd donation. And when you do that, I make the horizontal chat free of ads. Right now, there's ads on the vertical chat because I haven't had a donation in that for ages. But we've had a lot of donations on the horizontal chat, but we've had none tonight. So you know
what to do.
You know what to do. The price of a coffee. Price of a coffee. Matthew says it's surely not my turn. Well, probably not. It might be Soldier, so he just come in. But if you ever want to drop me something, Ko-fi.com. That's ko-fi.com /Sergeant Grumpy. SGT Grumpy. Right. So yeah, drop me some dosh and keep it free for you guys. Keep the ad free because the ads are super annoying. Although apparently now, oh my god, Facto, you didn't have to, but fantastic. It looks like he's dropping something in.
Oh great.
Is Kofi Bot coming up? No. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see if that comes through. Frankie says, I'd give money if Shalini starts smoking and drinking like a trooper. No, why would you
No,
want
I'm
us
not
to do
going to
that?
smoke.
You don't need her. You don't need her to smoke, and you don't need her to drink like a trooper because she already swears like one.
Yeah.
Right, you. Hey, whoa, Mr. Vaughn. Well
Did
done,
Mr. Vaughn
sir.
do? How much did you give? How much did you give? How much did you give? Oh, okay.
10 spot. On the chat. Thank you, Mr. Vaughn. Thank you. You're not Facto 506, are you? Because I wouldn't put it past them. Right. Moving on. Where are we?
You still have the Russian chick on the screen.
Yeah. We need to move on from that. Oh, yeah. Did you see this one?
No.
Do you not see this one? Walker
No.
clawed at by leopard at beauty spot 25 minutes from London. Apparently this guy was out walking and there was birds and there was this leopard looking at the birds and he was quite close to it and it clawed at him. Hey, it's possible because there's always big cat sightings.
I know London can get like a jungle, but really?
No, he's 25 minutes outside of London, so he's in the country.
Well, yeah.
He is in the country. He is in the country. Nero Dallas said hi. Where are you from, Nero? They never changed their spots. That's worthy of being put on screen.
Indeed, Mark.
I'll give you that one, Mark. Well done, mate. Well done. Yeah, they are absolutely. There are big cats. I'm convinced there are wild big cats out there that have been released or whatever, and in fact,
roaming about in the wild.
There's a breeding population of wallabies somewhere in Scotland.
What?
Yeah, there's a breeding population of wild wallabies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
That is crazy.
There's fact right. There's a rare white baby puma. Ooh, that would be interesting. I don't know. Maybe he's seen one over his way. You know, because he's in America, isn't he? Papa Bear, I'm uneducated in these things, but I've only read and heard. Are you guys being taken over? Oh, I take it you're from America as well, Papa Bear. Are we being taken over by the Muslim community and being arrested due to no freedom of speech? Well, we kind of aren't getting taken over as such, but there are large... Heading
in that direction. Ooh.
There are really large populations in certain cities. And
yeah, mine being one of them. I'm in London. Yeah,
so London, Bradford, and Birmingham are probably... And Leeds
Yeah, certain parts. So, like for example, in the East End, Tower Hamlets. But you've also got like
Yeah.
Bangladeshis and
Yeah.
Indians and
So yeah, where I'm in Scotland, it's only recently that I've actually seen black people, and I'm not kidding. The other day I saw 3 black people in one day, and I thought, "Ooh, this is getting a bit much." I'm used to seeing a black person about once a week. I'm not kidding, and this is not a joke, you know. So I think we're getting invaded as well, although slower. Vaughn has infected Shalini.
yes. And Vaughn's getting better. It's not fair.
Yeah, yes. So neurodialysis from Hearts near Whipsnade Zoo, and there are always stories about wild cat sightings in the area. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're out there, mate. I'm pretty sure they are. I don't think there's any reason to say they wouldn't be. Here's your favourite man. We need to do
Yay, it's Hiroshi!
Hiroshi Suzuki corner as well. So this time he was drinking Boddingtons, cream of Manchester, and goes, "Bayek, it's gorgeous," in his Japanese accent.
What's he done with Paddington though? Or is Paddington in the corner having a pint?
I don't know. Does Paddington drink?
Oh, I don't know.
Right, moving on. Do you see this guy? This is creepy. This is creepy. You haven't seen this one on the mainstream news, have you? A black serial killer in California disguised himself with a white mask to conceal his identity.
Good grief, that is creepy. That is super creepy. Oh God, get that off the screen.
Yeah, I'm getting the hibbies. Creepy.
That is creepy as.
That's better than they did in, what was that show? What was the film where the 2 black guys did Whiteface?
Oh yeah, I can't remember, but I know.
Oh, what was the movie?
The comedy thing.
Yeah, it was quite funny, but yeah,
it was
ridiculous.
Vaughn says it was my co-colleague says it was white chicks.
White chicks, that's right. It was white chick. You're right. Yeah, that was real, Frankie. Yeah, that wasn't made up, that one, mate. That wasn't AI. Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Abishi, who recently, and I mean,
resigned.
when we say you've just fucking ruined the punchline. Recently, like 4 days ago, said that he wanted to import millions of Africans, Kurds, and Muslims to make Japan more tolerant. Has announced his resignation today. Yes, thank you, Shalini. Thanks for that, doll.
But like, literally, like it's ridiculous because they've already. Like, of all the places I probably won't ever get to go, but there's a couple of people that I follow on 2 channels that I follow on YouTube, and it's just like, and everybody knows like Japan's just like so amazing, and like their whole culture and everything. Like, I know their birth rate is like in the toilet.
Oh, it's like 0.73 or something. It's crazy.
And they've already got like a problem with Kurds because they've got Kurdish people.
Yeah.
And it's just like everybody, like, so these accounts started popping up on Excel for, right, I'm going to follow them because I'm quite interested in what's going on. Which one? Everybody was like, whatever you do, please don't just look at England, look at Europe, look at the West. Do not do this. And actually, they have been getting together. They've been like protesting. There's a party that's on the right side, politically, whatever you want to call it, and they're doing quite well. Apparently they're even doing better than Reform. So yeah, they're not happy. They don't, because you know, Japan will be ruined. Who wants to see Japan ruined? Do you know
I was watching 6 Asian Girls last night on YouTube.
Oh, where are you now, John?
Steady.
This is sounding dodgy.
It sounds dodgy, but it's not, because I've got this fascination at the moment. And I don't know if it was because I was fasting, but I have this fascination for Japanese and Asian food.
Okay.
So they were trying each other country's noodles. So they all had their own noodles. And I thought this is quite interesting because it was a girl from China, Japan, Thailand, Korea. Korean girls are gorgeous. They really are. And then another one from, where was the other one? So there was 6 in total, right?
Yeah.
And then there was one from India. And I'm thinking, India's not really Asian to me. I don't consider India Asian. I know it's technically in Asia, but I actually put it more like North Africa, part of Arab countries more than anything, because their ethnic population's dark-skinned Caucasian. It's not Asian. And she presented, because these are all noodle dishes, remember? So the rest are all doing like pad thai, po, udon noodles, and
nice.
all that kind of stuff. And she presents chow mein. There's already a Chinese girl there who didn't do chow mein. She did something else. But she goes, it's not like Chinese chow mein, it's Indian chow mein. I'm thinking, no.
Hang on a minute. Now, hang on a minute. Hold the phone. Seeing as I am half Indian, there's no feckin' Indian chow mein. I'll tell you that now.
Exactly.
Could you imagine me calling up Dad and go, Dad, have you got the recipe for Indian chow mein?
Exactly. That was exactly my thoughts. She didn't look particularly Indian, though. She looked more Indonesian, to be fair, but she had the Indian flag and said she was from India. Robin says Indians are I just said that, Robin, I think. Ethnically, they're considered dark-skinned Caucasians. Is that, or I don't know if we're allowed to say that anymore because they took away all those ethnic things, didn't they? You know, like IC1 and IC3 and stuff like that. Yeah.
We'll probably get a knock on the door for that.
Yeah. Oh, right, moving on. Shall we move on?
Hold
on. What's in that? Papa Bear says that is wild whiteface and his victim's black and white. That's a good point. Was he an equal I think he was an equal opportunity. No, he wasn't. I think he was only taking out white guys or white people. And Facto056 says the same thing occurred in Brazil when a gang leader used a mask imitating his daughter escaping prison. Well, these, mind you, Brazil, the girls are usually better looking than the guys. That's bizarre. How did you get away with that one? Yeah. Yeah, we did Charlie Kirk at the opening of the show, Nero Dallas. We did it then. Yeah. Yeah, we know his dad turned him in. Imagine doing that. It must be been hard, but you know, the whole thing's crazy. How could you countenance what he did, you know? Right, the African Union can sod off. Africa joins crusade for UK to pay reparations for historic crimes. Now, I could understand this. If we'd been holding Africa back, right? But when you go to Africa today, it's still a shithole. And every time they go a country goes independent or kicks out most of the Western influence, it becomes an even bigger shithole.
South Africa, anybody?
Yeah, look at South Africa. Look at even Zimbabwe. You know where Ed's from. You're watching Ed. Cheers, mate. Hope you're feeling all right. He's got family coming in. He's got family coming in tonight, so that's why he's not.
That's why he's not with
family
us
and friends. That's why he's not on this evening.
Hello, Ed.
Oh, right. Moving on. We've done that one. Sorry. Right. Did you see this? So.
No.
Mark Zuckerberg was at the White House tech dinner and was talking while the president was speaking. Right?
What?
So there's Trump, there's Melania. Look at the eyes on that. She was drawing him daggers. Not Trump, because Zuckerberg was sitting on the other side of Trump, and bloody hell, if eyes could kill. Woohoo!
I know,
Soldier!
right?
What a man!
Well, another tip. Good man, soldier. Good man.
What a star. Emma says, miss you, Ed. Yeah, Ed'll be back. He'll probably be back on next week. We'll see how he goes. Although he is starting treatment next week, so we'll play it by ear, though. We'll play it by ear. Right, next. Did you see this guy? This gang member is issuing a warning to President Trump, stating not to send troops to Chicago, warning that the gangs will beat the National Guard. This must be one of the softest guys. This guy couldn't even beat himself off. I mean, he's so wet.
Like the National Guard is, excuse my ignorance, the National Guard is like the army, right?
Yeah.
A part of the army.
Like our territorial army, a bit like that.
Yeah,
so they're
okay,
trained.
yeah.
They've got weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy and his gang's really going to beat them up. Yeah, well, good luck with that, dude. Empty.
I think he had.
A few too many
inflated.
beers.
Yeah, and an inflated sense. All right, here we go. This is a good one. Right, here we go. Here's a good one.
Oh, this Karen.
The baseball guy, the baseball Karen. Okay, so what do you think? Do you think the guy did it right or did it wrong? Because he came out well ahead, right? So this guy, the Art of Purpose, says this dad played 4D chess. You don't fight over a $3 baseball. Looks weak. Instead, employ a Fabian strategy. Ooh, a Fabian strategy. Then what happens? Signed bats, World Series tickets. Meanwhile, her life gets ruined. Generals know you don't win every battle to win the war. A modern day Napoleon. Now, and to be fair, you know, the guy did all right, and she was going off her nut because he walked over to her section to grab the ball. But the ball was loose. He didn't take it off her. It was loose on the ground.
She hadn't actually, like, I don't really know how this works, obviously, but I'm guessing they chuck a ball into the seats or whatever, and then whoever catches it gets to keep it, right?
Is that right? Foul, I think it's a foul ball. Maybe one of the Americans could help us out here.
Yeah, that would be helpful, because I don't have a Scoobies. But still, she made herself look like, it's like...
So, let me paint the picture. They're playing rounders, right?
Oh yeah, I remember rounders. I used to play rounders in school. Oh my god.
They're playing rounders, except they put it in this big stadium and it's in a diamond-shaped pitch. And I think if the ball goes outside the diamond and into the stands, and you catch it, you can keep it. You know,
okay.
I believe. The ball is not seat number assigned. No, that's not the case, Robin. This is a foul ball thing. I'm pretty sure.
So whoever catches it, I guess, then gets to keep it. And he was going to give it to his son. Like, for God's sake,
well,
you're a grown woman. How much? Why don't you just go out and buy a fucking baseball? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Stop being such a goddamn Karen. And anyway, now look, her life is ruined. Silly cow.
Yeah, and apparently there was another guy saying this guy was getting a RV as well. Somebody dropped him an RV. Anyway, yeah.
Whoops.
So that's how that works. Right.
Here's your lesson: don't be a Karen.
Yeah. LAPD identifies suspect in stabbing of UCLA grad student Iryna Kupfer. Please delete this and post without his photo. We don't want racist comments. What? Well, why would we?
If he's the criminal, people need to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Karen.
Yeah, there's Karens everywhere. Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy.
Good grief.
So, Facto 0506 says Boko Haram killed 2 CIA handlers and controlled most of the known units in Delta to carry SEALs. Yeah, well, Central Africa is a bit of a mess when it comes to killing people, isn't it? Frankie, did you just see the guy who stole a baseball cap from a player who was given... Yes, we did see that. He gave it back, didn't he? I think the next day, later on, he actually gave it back and apologised. I think, or was that the guy that took the hat that the tennis player was giving the kid? It just seems to be an awful lot of this happened recently.
Oh, I know. It's just like, get over yourselves and give it to the kid,
yeah.
for God's sake.
Right, years ago, when I used to go out on the town, a bouncer opened the door for me and called me by name. I'd never seen him before or since. Since then, I've been convinced I am the star of a Truman-like show, and the bouncer was an actor who slipped up.
Oh dear.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it? If that was true. And do you remember we had our emergency alert system test last Sunday?
Well, I'm not a Banks person, so I turned mine off, but I know somebody who kept it turned on because they wanted to see what it was like.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, was it?
I think it was well, I don't know. I think it was a text. I don't know if they got the me, whatever.
Thoughts and prayers to all those in UK prisons who had this mobile phone secreted up their arse at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Well, it was on vibrates. It wasn't totally wasted, was it? Anyway, what about all those people who have a secret phone for
Well,
their extramarital liaisons?
well, that's the thing. Well, anybody who's in the know and who didn't want it would have turned it off because we didn't we have one? I can't remember. Was it during COVID or after COVID they did
We
it?
had one last year. We had one around this time last year as well.
So I think a lot of people switched it off the first time round.
Yeah. Right, next. Apple says all iPhone 17s will be made in India to avoid Chinese tariffs. Trump just slapped 50% tariffs on India for buying Russian oil. But not on tech. Not on electrical equipment. Everything else has got a 50% tariff apart from electrical goods. So who's running the US? Trump or Tim Cook? Quite interesting. Yeah. Right. Did you see this? So they renamed the Secretary of Defense and the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Okay. And this guy has changed. He's changed his profile. This is Peter Hegseth, who was formerly Secretary of Defense, to the Secretary of War. Secretary of War. United States Secretary of War. www.war.gov. I mean, this is just freaking nuts. It's like, why? Why would you? It's like, it's building up to something, isn't it? Secretary of War. We are going to war. We are the Department of War. That's just wrong. It's wrong. Yes, it did used to be the Department of War, Chris, during the war. But we're not supposed to be at war. What's it good for? It's good for making shitloads of money from the military-industrial complex. That's what it's good for. He should be the secretary of installing freedom, liberty, and democracy, Vaughn, shouldn't he? Yeah. It's like 2000 all over again. Right. What's happened to the vertical chat? It's gone all quiet. Anyway. Well, I don't... Possibly. Men's mental health still hasn't been taken seriously. Now, I know it's a Reddit post, but I think it's quite relevant. Whenever my male 37 partner... whenever my partner, female 38, is a little down or upset or whatever, I'll give her a hug, ask her what I can do, make her a cup of tea, whatever. No prompting, just do it. Told my partner how I feel particularly low today, to the point I don't want to wake up anymore. Her reply, what am I meant to do with that information? I was just speechless. I think that's quite accurate. I think that gets played out a lot in this country. Don't you? No? Are you talking? Oh, huh? She's saying nothing.
I'm not saying anything.
She said that to you. Has she said that to you, Vaughn?
No, I have not.
She's saying nothing. She's being quiet. Oh, here we go. Right, okay, let's move on. This is a good one. This is a class. This is a class act. This Professor Joseph Fasano says, I think about this student's email every day. Professor Fasano, like Hamlet, I have hesitated to act for reasons I cannot articulate even to myself. May I have an extension on the Hamlet paper? He's got to have got that. For God's sake.
I'm being attacked by my minion.
Why have you got a full-size minion?
Because his sister I can't remember if his sister won it or something, and she gave it to me one Christmas.
Good grief. You have a full-sized minion.
Yes, along with all my other minions.
Oh my God. Your camera's not that good, so we can't see your background.
I know. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. Right, okay. Minion attack. We are under attack from the minions.
Attacked by the minions.
This van's very appropriately signed. And it looks like a real van. I don't think it was AI applied, but it might be, but it looks real. If you resist only one thing in your life, resist digital ID. You'll be very sorry if you didn't. No to central bank digital currency. And if you want to know any more about it,
watch
have a
the
look.
stream from the other night about
Yeah.
Chinese social credit
Last
score
night.
system.
Last night.
Oh, was it last night? Oh God, my brain. You see, my brain is addled this week.
Yeah, I think it was last night. Turning Chinese. I think the
Turning Chinese,
thumbnail was called. Yeah. Right. This is a balloon. That's a balloon. It's a mylar balloon, right?
Oh.
Filled with helium. And that's the same balloon in the sky. And this guy is replying to Mick West, who's a well-known debunker of UFO videos. I presume then, if these two balloons are the same object, there was some dramatic lens flare and the balloon was able to change its shape when sighted. Not saying that the first image is anything prosaic, but it sure as hell isn't the second picture. That's quite obviously the same balloon, just from a slightly different angle, is it not?
It is.
What level of cognitive dissonance do you have to believe that that is not a balloon? It's marsh gas. It's Mark Andrew Chapman. Yeah, it could be. Now, this one's weird. Look at this. New horrific state of consciousness. Small blobs of human brain grown in a dish have been coaxed, and don't ask me how they coaxed them, into forming rudimentary eyes which respond to light by sending signals to the rest of the brain tissue. This is sick.
No,
imagine if it develops some kind of consciousness. That's just sick, isn't it? Right, speaking of sick, this is even worse. 2 North Carolina care home workers are spared jail for starting Fight Club, which saw them film and share videos of elderly female dementia sufferers hitting and choking on each other. That's just shocking. That's just shocking, isn't it? I mean, how could people do that?
Scumbags, that's why.
Yeah, they are.
Breaking news. I know, I saw this earlier and I was like, what the fuck? Like, so stupid. It's just so stupid. It's literally like so stupid.
Ireland will not participate in Eurovision if Israel is allowed to take part.
Fine.
I'm sorry. Let me count the fucks that I don't have to give.
I know.
Fucking hell. Who cares, really? Somebody said, what was it? Somebody posted something and they said, should we stop Eurovision because it's not about the music anymore? When was it ever about the music?
Well, exactly. Or politics.
Right. So, Susan Gerbic here thought she'd been smart. Sadly, this is the world we live in now. These smug pilots have lost touch with regular passengers like us. Who thinks I should fly the plane? And then,
no.
of course, I replied, as the pilot locks the door and flies into the ocean. MH370, anyone? So, not a great analogy, Susan, if you want to start picking fights. Finally got his dream bike, Harley Davidson and son. Harley Davidson son. We're in the funnies now. So, when you wish your parents understood English when they named you. Oh, I'm not going to read that out. Amazing sign I saw walking by the local Magic the Gathering store yesterday. You know what Magic the Gathering is, Shalini? It's like one of those kind of things where these nerds, like Dungeons and Dragons, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, do not enter unless you are wearing deodorant and have showered in the last 24 hours. These places are nuts. Have you muted yourself?
No.
All right, okay. You just weren't talking. You were just strangely quiet for a long period.
Yeah, no, because my throat's getting sore.
All right, we don't have long to go, though. Senator John Kennedy, during a speech in the Senate, said that radioactive Walmart shrimps could turn anyone that eats them into an alien from the Alien movie. What? How? How did he get that from radioactive shrimps? Some public service announcements. Everything that's free is paid for by someone who works or used to work. I mean, I still pay tax, even though it's on my pension. And if your country can afford to give money away to other countries, then you pay too much in taxes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Robin says he saw a guy eat uranium the other day. Really? Probably wouldn't do him that much harm, to be fair. Because it would pass through. And it's, what is it? It's an alpha emitter. So it's not going to do that much as long as it goes through. Yeah. If it got stuck, it would be problematic. So that's what's posted. That's what's posted as an Irish traveller, i.e. Tinkers, right? An Irish traveller christening where the father was in prison, right?
A cutout.
There's a cutout of the father of the child being christened. And people have been posting saying that's not the case. The guy had died. Even so, it's still the tackiest thing I've ever seen. That's like Teflon. Teflon's not water soluble either, Robin. You can eat that quite safely. The real reason men don't like to shave. That's partially true. Everyone's a gangster until the sky starts missing pixels. Indeed, indeed they are. There are times when it's suitable to be wearing a hat indoors. This is one of them, sir. This is one of them.
God.
Wear a freaking hat. That's just offensive. Right, there's only 2 slides left, though. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Oh.
You're struggling, aren't you?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's okay. We've only got 2 slides left.
Okay.
Hang in there. Hang in there, babe.
I'm hanging.
Push through.
I'm hanging.
Push through. Right. Stopped by a roadside stand that said lobster tails $2. I paid my $2 and he says, once upon a time there was this lobster.
Oh no! Oh no!
Bad jokes.
Oh no!
Oh, right.
I'm like, give me my $2 bloody back.
I think I need to start drinking again, don't I? I'll drink next week.
Okay.
It's more fun for me as well when I'm drinking. Last week we had a blast.
That was funny.
Although David won't be back until week after, I think. Because he's quite good as well. Right, so remember it's coming up to Halloween season.
Oh, it is.
Do you think these outfits are suitable for Halloween? And guys out there, could you fill that outfit?
Oh my days.
That's just wrong, isn't it?
It's wrong at every level.
It's been great for you.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place.